I'm going to appoint a range of Northern Ireland trade ambassadors, and what I want to do is to use the strength of our diaspora. And it doesn't matter where I go in the world. I was in Chicago recently, meeting with a company, and across the table from me in the senior management of the company was a man from Dungannon and a man from Strabane. So it doesn't matter where you go, there's somebody with a connection to this part of the world, and we need to use that, utilise that, and deploy that much more. So that's why I want to appoint a range of Northern Ireland trade ambassadors who can help us to open doors, and particularly in a lot of new and emerging markets. I'm going to expand Invest NI's presence around the world. We've set a target of expanding that presence with 10 new markets by the end of next year. And that presence will be much more focused on trade than it currently is. And we're also looking at establishing trade, innovation and investment hubs in some of the most key markets around the world. Next year, we are continuing with a calendar of trade missions around the world, and eight of Bloomberg's top 20 emerging markets will be visited by Northern Ireland companies through Invest NI trade missions next year. So you will see an increasing. Yes, we will continue to look at places like the US, like Canada, like China, where we've been to before, and the Middle East, where we've been before. And we will keep going back to those places to enhance what we're doing there, but we're also looking at those new and emerging markets and trying to open up new opportunities for Northern Ireland. And Nick, can I thank you, not just for the invitation to be here today, but can I thank you and your sponsors for the efforts that you have put in to develop these range of business growth initiatives, and with the focus on exporting and external sales. I really love the fact that you're focusing on areas like connections, like people doing their research, like logistics, and also around financing. Because sometimes it's not just about going in. It's exporting can be difficult, can be challenging particularly for SMEs. And I think the more knowledge, the more that you know before you go into a market, the far more likely you're going to be successful. You're likely to be successful. So can I thank everybody at the Chamber, and can I thank all of the sponsors for the work that you're doing. I don't see this in any way as taking away from the work that Invest Northern Ireland is doing. This is absolutely complementary to what Invest Northern Ireland and my department are doing. And we can only succeed internationally. We can only succeed as an economy if we're all working together and pulling in the same direction. And this is a wonderful example of when we do that, where we can achieve great things. I think that exporting and focusing on trade is the right thing to do in any set of circumstances. But I think it's particularly important at this time, as we look at the challenges and indeed the opportunities that the UK's exit from the European Union will present, that we are starting to focus particularly on the huge opportunities that I believe are there for Northern Ireland companies, as new trade opportunities around the world will open up in the next number of years.